India has crossed all limits today. There is no red line left for the US that hasn't been crossed. This was the red line, the very last red line of Donald Trump. Today, India crossed it. Now, what was this red line? Trump imposed tariffs, put them on medicines. Furthermore, Trump signed off on their complete devastation. He shut down the H-1B visas, shut them down 4 times. There was one thing Donald Trump feared India would do, and as soon as all these measures were taken, India did that job today. Now, listen carefully. The US dollar is about to be torn to pieces. And keep this in mind, America cannot save it, whether it imposes tariffs on India, Russia, or China, or does anything else. What India has done is register its currency with the new development bank, NDB, of the BRICS countries. This is basically a bank that China, Russia, and India are all creating together, which will be equal to the IMF and will challenge all others. Now, what will happen? They are going to issue bonds in Indian rupees, not in dollars. Before today, whenever such an issue arose, India would always tell everyone to send remittances in dollars, and all dollar transactions would take place. Any US investor, or Indians, or anyone else would buy the bonds in dollars, not in Indian rupees. Now that the BRICS Bank is involved, and everyone knows China, Russia, and all the other countries are behind it, what will happen is that investors from all over the world will buy India's bonds in rupees. For example, an investor in the US or Europe who sends, say, $50 million will take $50 million equivalent bonds, but they will be in Indian rupees. They'll send the dollar, but they'll get the rupees. This will strengthen the rupee. And when it matures, meaning when they get the interest and profit, they can then convert it to dollars or whatever else they want. But they will receive it in Indian rupees. So India's currency is going to become very strong. You know that India's currency is currently collapsing. This is the situation that was America's, or rather Trump's, red line. He had said that whoever goes against my dollar, I will not let them live in this world. I will not spare them. I will impose tariffs, everything. Now, so many things have been imposed on India. So they have taken this step. India has taken this measure even before China. So, what will happen in India is that the trade facilitated by the BRICS countries will not be in dollars. This is such a big shock to America, considering that India, China, and then BRICS countries account for 40% of the world's population. America will go to the very end to fight this battle. Trump's position today, the existence of Israel and all of Israel's success are based only on the American dollar. So, what happens next? In India, for projects, for example, when you take a loan from the IMF gives you dollars, and then you have to pay back in dollars. You earn in rupees, like Pakistan earns in rupees, and we pay in dollars. Now, if the rupee's value falls, naturally the dollar becomes expensive. What India is doing now is that it will take rupees from investors, not dollars. It will send the dollar and take the rupee. If the rupee's value falls, India will obviously not suffer a loss. The investor will. In this situation, they have said goodbye to the dollar. After this, trade with China and everything with Russia will not be in dollars either. Now, the biggest thing that is going to happen in India is that just as the IMF or World Bank fund projects, saying, we've built this project, we're giving dollars. Now they will give Indian rupees. They will take rupees from India and give rupees to investors. This means India has managed to strengthen the value of its rupee. And in this situation, it has reached a point where the dollar is not needed in America anymore. That is, regarding the dealings with the US, gradually Modi and others won't need the dollar. The next phase is that they are going to trade in rupees with China and other countries. And India is now saying that it will buy oil in rupees or another currency. They don't want to work in dollars because their currency is depreciating, and they need to stabilize it. Through this, they are now telling Indians in their stock market to directly use the rupee. For example, the currency is falling. So they are saying, if you send dollars, the currency will drop. and many problems will arise. So what have they done? They are telling all foreign investors to send money, send dollars, take rupees, and you will be paid in rupees. This means you must keep the rupee strong. And for all the projects and everything in India, as the demand for the rupee increases, they will buy more rupees from India, and India will become stronger. The interesting thing is that Chinese investors are also buying Indian rupees. Russian investors are also buying Indian rupees. And behind this is BRICS. Behind BRICS are China, India, Russia, and other countries. This situation is now very dangerous. India has sent a message to America. If you want me not to take Russian oil, then let me take oil from Venezuela. Then let me take oil from Iran. Meaning, I need cheap oil. If you insist, let me take it from Venezuela. But America is striking in Venezuela. It is fighting against Iran, and it has a big fight with Russia. So who is offering cheap oil? India is saying, if you are so keen, you give me cheap oil. For example, if you think you can give a discount rate, then give it. America says, no, we won't give a discount rate. So this is the fight, and this is such a big devastation. This is a bigger blow to the American dollar than all the tariffs and H-1B visas combined, 1,000 times over. Because after this, China's going to do the same thing. Russia is already doing the same thing. Now, for example, the American SWIFT system, the banking system we use, of America and Europe, the West and all these others, is SWIFT. Now, Iran is going to use the Chinese system. You can deduce from this. Basically, the SWIFT system is entirely European in origin. But due to the American dollar, America has a heavy influence on it, and America operates it. So you can understand it's almost America's. This entire banking system we use. Now, what is happening is that Russia is also using it. China is already operating its own system. These countries are going to use this system. That is, Iran is now using it, and China and Russia have options. India is also gradually moving away from this American and European system. This is a very, very big blow to America. Now, all the rebel countries will slowly do the same. Nobody will care. This path India has embarked on is very dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. You cannot imagine how dangerous this road is. And this path is so dangerous. If India has decided that it will not spare Trump, it's saying, Trump, you caused devastation. Now we will devastate you this much. India is working with China and Russia on one thing, the dollar. It's not about tariffs or any such situation, because India has now realized that in the future, Indians will neither get entry into America, nor get visas. Indians who are already there will slowly be let go. Trade cannot happen. India cannot have billions of dollars in exports anymore. Now, there is only one option for the Indians sitting in America, who number more than 1.5 million. They have realized that they can be expelled from here in the future. So what is our way out? We should send dollars to India, set up our businesses there, and if we are expelled from there, we can come here. Because many people will go to Germany. If you go to Germany or Europe, you will have to learn their language. That's a big problem for you. And everyone knows that when such a large number of people are expelled, major problems will arise. So, this is the biggest issue that is going to happen. They are investing in India and also buying shares in its stock market to boost the stock market. They are opening there to companies. They will do business there, and then the brain drain from America will be immense. That is, the people who came from India are now working in America. They are a large number of talented individuals and are working at a high level. They will now go and work in India. So all that talent will come there too, but India's economy will suffer a temporary setback. So, what is happening now is that they have realized that anything can happen in the future, and anything can happen at any time. Therefore, we must be prepared to face anything at any time. That is why the BRICS issue arose. And Trump had said, I will not spare anyone on the BRICS issue if anyone dares to use another currency against ours. Now you see, the American dollar is about to be torn apart, and it cannot dominate for long. The American dollar is about to be bid farewell, given the situation. Look, the population of India, China, and all of BRICS, if you look at it, makes up 40% of the world's population. And more countries are joining. If these become 60–70% of the world's countries, and they all start selling their reserves, and everyone gradually starts converting their dollars to other places, where will the American dollar be saved? This is the situation that is now emerging. India is doing what in the market? They are selling dollars to strengthen the Indian rupee. So they are slowly moving towards the Indian rupee, and China is supporting them. This is very surprising. China's own investors are buying Indian rupees, which we have never seen before. This is a very strange influence, because China wants America to be destroyed, even if they have to stand with India, and now they have a friendship with India. The fight is going to be very big.